ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Srimad Bhagavatam chapter 51 verse number 1st from 1 to 6, text 1 to 6, chapter 51 Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto 1 to 6. Shri Shuka Uvacha Shri Shuka Uvacha Tam Vilokya Vinishkrantam Ujjihanam ivodupam Darshani yatamam shamam Pita Kausheya Vasasam Shrivatsa Vakshasam Bhrajat Kaustubha Mukta Kandharam Prithu Dirgha Chaturbahum Navakanjarunekshanam Nitya Pramuditam Srimad Sukapolam Shuchismitam Mukharavindam Bibhranam Sphuran Makara Kundalam Vasudevo Yayam Iti Puman Shrivatsalanchanaha चतुर्भुजो रविन्दाक्षो वनमाली अतिसुन्दरः लक्ष्मणैर्नारदप्रोक्तैर् नान्यो भवितुम् अर्हति निरायुधश्चलं पद्भ्यां योत्स्यनेन निरायुधः इति निश्चित्य यवनः प्राद्रवत्तं परान्मुखम् अन्वधावज्जिघ्रक्षुस्तं दुरापम् अपि योगिनाम्. Who want to take risk? लोकविक्षिष्कान्तम् उज्जिहानम् इवोडुपम् दर्शनीयात्मनं श्यामम् मुक्तकन्धरम् पृथुदीर्घः चतुर्बाहुं नवकाञ्जारुणेक्षणम् नित्यप्रमुदितं श्रीमत् सुकपोलं शुचिस्मितम् मुखारविन्दबिभ्राणम् पुरन्मकरकुण्डलम् वासुदेवो ययमिति पुमान् श्रीवत्सलाञ्छनः चतुर्भुजो रविन्दाक्ष वनमाली अतिसुन्दरः लक्ष्मणैर्नारदप्रोक्तैर् नान्यो भवितुम् अर्हति निरायुधश्चलं पद्भ्यां योत्स्ये अनेन निरायुधः इति निश्चित्य यवनः प्राद्रवत्तं परान्मुखम् अन्वधावज्जिघृक्षुस्त्वं दुरापम् ओकियोगिनाम्. माताओं में श्रीशुक उवाच तं विलोक्य विश्रान्तम् कौस्तुभामुक्तकन्धरम् पृथुदीर्घचतुर्बाहुं नवकञ्जारुणेक्षणम् नित्यप्रामुदितं श्रीमत् सुकपोलं शुचिस्मितम् मुखारविन्दं बिभ्राणम् स्फुरन्मकरकुण्डलम् वासुदेवययमिति पुमान् श्रीवत्सलाञ्छन चतुर्भुजरविन्दाक्ष वनमाली अतिसुन्दरः क्षणैर्नारदप्रोक्तैर् नान्यो भवितुम् अर्हति निरायुधश्चलन् पद्भ्यां येन निरायुधः इति निश्चित्य यवनः प्राद्रवत्तं परान्मुखम् अन्वधावजिगृशुस्तं दुरापम् इति योगिनाम्. Meaning, Shri Shuka Uvacha, Sukdev Goswami said, Tam, him, Vilokya, seeing, Vinishkrantam, coming out, Ujjihanam, rising, Iva, as if, Udupam, the moon, Darshaniyatamam, the most beautiful to behold, Shamam, dark blue, Pita, yellow, Kausheya, silk, Vasasam, whose garment, Srivatsa, the mark of the goddess of fortune, consisting of a special swirl of hair and belonging to the Supreme Lord alone. Vakshasam, upon whose chest, Bhrajat, brilliant, Kaustubha, with the gem Kaustubha, Amukta, decorated, Kandharam, whose neck, Prithu, broad, Dirgha, and long, Chatuhu, four, Bahum, having arms, Nava, newly grown, Kanja, like lotuses, Aruna, pink, Ikshanam, whose eyes, Nitya, always, Pramuditam, joyful, Srimad, effulgent, Su, beautiful, Kapolam, with cheeks, Shuchi, clean, Smitam, with a smile, Mukha, his face, Aravindam, lotus-like, Bibhranam, displaying, Sphuran, glittering, Makara, shark, Kundalam, earrings, Vasudevaha, Vasudeva, he, indeed, Ayam, this, Iti, thus thinking, Puman, person, Srivatsa Lanchanaha, marked with Srivatsa, Chaturbhujaha, four-armed, Aravindaksha, lotus-eyed, Vana, of forest flowers, Mali, wearing a garland, Ati, extremely, Sundaraha, beautiful, Lakshanaihi, by the symptoms, Naradaha Proktaihi, told by Narad Muni, Na, no, Anyaha, other, Bhavitum Arhati, can he be, Nirayudaha, without weapons, Chalan, going, Padbhyam, by foot, Yotse, I will fight, Anena, with him, Nirayudaha, without weapons, Iti, thus, Nishchitya, deciding, Yavanaha, the barbarian Kala Yavana, Pradravantam, who was fleeing, Parak, turned away, Mukham, whose face, Anvadhavat, he pursued, Jigrikshuhu, wanting to catch, Tam, him, Durapam, unattainable, Api, even, Yoginam, by mystic yogis. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Sukdev Goswami said, Kal Yavana saw the Lord come out from Mathura like the rising moon. The Lord was most beautiful to behold, with his dark blue complexion and yellow silk garment. Upon his chest, he bore the mark of Shri Vatsa, and the Kaustuba gem adorned his neck. His forearms were sturdy and long. he displayed his ever joyful lotus-like face with eyes pink like lotuses, beautifully effulgent cheeks, a pristine smile, and glittering shark-shaped earrings. The barbarian thought, this person, yeah, the barbarian is Kalyavan. So barbarian Kalyavan thought, this person must indeed be Vasudev, since he possessed the characteristics Narada mentioned. So what Narada mentioned here, it is given. He is marked with Srivatsa, he has 4 arms, his eyes are like lotuses, he wears a garland of forest flowers, and he is extremely handsome. He cannot be anyone else, since he goes on foot and unarmed. I will fight him without weapons. Resolving thus, he ran after the Lord, Kalyavan ran after the Lord, who turned his back and ran away. So Lord Krishna turned his back and ran away. Kalyavan hoped to catch Lord Krishna, though great mystic yogis cannot attain him. Purport. Although Kalyavan was seeing Lord Krishna with his own eyes, he could not adequately appreciate the beautiful Lord. Thus, instead of worshipping Krishna, he attacked him. Similarly, it is not uncommon for modern men to attack Krishna in the name of philosophy, law and order, and even religion. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So by the blessings of the assembled Vaishnavas here, I am beginning the class. So text 1 to 6 describing the beauty of Lord Krishna and how Lord Krishna is running from the battlefield and Kalyavana who want to catch him, whom so many yogis are not successful even after performing several austerities for several years. Even Vedas are not able to fully understand that Supreme Lord. And here Kalyavana wants to catch him. So description of beauty is given of Lord Krishna, and in various chapters in Srimad Bhagavatam, the beauty of Lord Krishna is beautifully described. Barhapidam natavara karnayor karnikaram bibhradvasah kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamalam randhan venuradhara sudhaya purayar gopa vrindair vrindaranyam swapadaramanam pravishad gita kiritihi. In the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, very beautiful. Barahapidam natavara vapu. Like an dramatist, like an actor, like an hero, he is dressed up. Barahapidam. There is peacock feather on his head, and Randhar Venu Adharas, and he is playing the flute so beautifully that all the Vrajvasis are attracted to him. And all the Vrajvasis are glorifying him. Randhran Venu Adhara Sudhaya Pura Gopa Vrindar Vrindaranyam, and he is walking in the forest of Vrindavan. Swapada Ramanam, without any slippers, without any shoes. Swapada Ramanam, he is walking. Pura Gopa Vrindar, and all the gopis are singing his glories. So beautiful. Even the Madhurashtakam, so beautifully described about Lord's beauty, and everything is sweet. Venur madhuro renur madhura panir madhura padau madhura nrityam madhuram sakhyam madhuram madhuradhipater akhilam madhuram madharam madhuram vadanam madhuram nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram gamanam madhuram hridayam madhuram madhuradhipater akhilam madhuram madhuradhipater akhilam madhuram. So, Venur Madhura, his flute is sweet. Renur, the dust on his lotus feet is very sweet. Pani Madhura, Pado Madhura, his hand is very sweet, his legs are very sweet. Sakhyam, his friendship is very sweet. Nrityam, his dance is very sweet. Everything is sweet. He is the emperor of sweetness. Adharam, his lips are sweet. Nayanam, his eyes are sweet. His smile is sweet. His face is sweet. But still, his hridayam, his heart is also very sweet. Many times we, in this material world, if someone is having his beautiful features, but he is very, he has a lot of ego sometimes. And his heart is not that much sweet. He is not that much polite. But Lord is perfect in all. He is an emperor of sweetness. But still, asuras, demons, although the same sweet Lord is standing in front of them, still they are not attracted. Pashyanapina pashyati. They are seeing the beauty of the Lord, but still they are not attracted. There are so many examples like asuras. Ravan, in front of him, Sri Ram was there, but still he was not attracted. Hiranyakashipu, Lord himself manifested. Adrushyata ati adbhuta rupan udvahan stambe sabayam namrigam namanusham. Adrushyata, he is never manifested for everyone, but still he is manifested for satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam, for fulfilling the desire of his devotees. For his devotee manifested. Prahlad Maharaj is very attracted, but Hiranyakashipu is not at all attracted. And he wants to kill, and Hiranyakashipu is ready to kill him. With his sword he is going to kill. He is ready to kill Narasimhadev, but he don't know that he is the Supreme Lord. No one can him, he is Ajanma. So Pashyanapina Pashyati. Like Duryodhana, Pandavas also saw Krishna, and even Kauravas were seeing Krishna, and Pandavas were also seeing Krishna. Both Kauravas and Pandavas, they learned in the same Gurukul. Dronacharya High School, same Gurukul. But the result was different. Vishwarupa tomara dekhila Duryodhana. Vishwarupa tomara dekhila Duryodhana. Iha dekhi bare vede करे अन्वेषणा. इहा देखी बारे वेदे करे अन्वेषणा. देखिला स्वंशे मरिला दुर्योधना. देखिला स्वंशे मरिला दुर्योधना. न पाइल सुखा भक्ति शून्यर कारण. न पाइल सुखा भक्ति शून्यर कारण. So Duryodhan is not able to understand that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead standing in front of him. Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, Vidur, even Dhritarashtra for that matter, he tried to make him understand. Don't do this, don't do that. He is a super powerful person. And how can you decide to fight with Pandavas with whom Lord Krishna is there, always helping them? But still, when Lord Krishna came as a messenger in the assembly of Kauravas, Duryodhana was ready to attack him. He was ready to catch him. And later then Lord Krishna manifested in front of Duryodhana his own Vishwaroop. Obviously that Vishwaroop is different than what Arjun saw. And even that SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple ki, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhaktanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Bhagwan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So in front of Duryodhana, Lord Krishna manifested his Vishwaroop, and Lord Krishna also manifested Vishwaroop in front of Arjuna. And also, when Yashoda Mata told Krishna, open your mouth, and even Krishna showed her, the Virat Roop, he gave darshan of so many universes in his own mouth. There is different response. All these three categories of devotees. Duryodhana, even after seeing the Vishwaroop, he was ready to attack Lord Krishna. He thought he's a Mayavi. So there is some illusion. He knows some Tantra Vidya and he is doing that. And if you see Arjuna, he was completely astonished by seeing the Vishwaroop of Lord Krishna, the Virat Roop. Sakheti matva prasabhamu yaduktam, He Krishna, He Adhava, He Sakheti, ajanata mahimanam. I was not aware about your glory. I was thinking that you are my friend. You are my childhood friend. And I was dealing with you in an informal way. But right now I'm realizing that you are Supreme Lord. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam. I'm offering obeisances to you. And please forgive me for whatever I have done. Piteva putrasya sakheva sakyu priyaya priyarasi deva sodum. Like a father never punishes his son, for not listening. Like father tolerates the impudence of his son. Like a husband tolerates the impudence of his wife. Similarly, Lord, you please tolerate my offenses. That is the different of Arjun's response is completely different. And if you see Yashoda Mata's response, she also gets completely astonished by seeing there are so many universes in Lord Krishna's mouth. But later, she thinks, no, there may be some, ghostly spirit is attacking, my very innocent child. My child is dependent on me. So due to Yoga Maya, Yashoda is not able to realize that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna is my son only. Intimate relationship. So devotees can understand Lord, but non-devotees is very difficult to understand Lord. Even if the Lord will be present in front of him. Dekhiya na dekhe yata abhaktera gana. Dekhiya na dekhe yata abhaktera gana. Ullu ke na dekhe yata suryera kirana. Ullu ke na dekhe yata suryera kirana. Jnana karma yoga dharme nahi Krishna vasha. Jnana karma yoga dharme nahi Krishna vasha. Krishna vasha hetu eka prema bhakti rasa. Krishna vasha hetu eka prema bhakti rasa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavatam, repeatedly these verses are described. Like dekhiya na dekhe yata. Even after seeing Lord, he will not be able to judge that he is the Supreme Lord. Like in front of owl, ऐसे उल्लू, in Hindi it is said उल्लू का पट्टा, दिखता नहीं है क्या? If the sun is manifested in front of owl, still he is not able to see, right? There is once and one upakhyan of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that once a mad king, he's a mad, and that king wants to see sun, and that also in the midnight. So he orders his servants that I want to see sun, so please show me sun. And these servants also know that he is not going to listen. Logic is not going to stand in front of him. Logic doesn't stand in front of Lord, and this mad also, logic doesn't stand. So all the servants, the main servants of the king, they go into the villages and they just announce to the villagers that whatever light you have in your house, bring that. The deepas, laltain, bulbs, light bulbs, halogens, you bring here. And they arranged electricity there, and they manifested this, they combined, all the lights were on, and they showed into the direction of the sky. The sun will be visible or not? Yes or no? In the midnight? Yes or no? No, it will not be visible. Right? And the king is shouting at the servants, you people are foolish, you can't do the simple activity, just show me sun. So one of the intelligent servant, he said that, just wait for 2 more hours, the sun will manifest himself only. And after 2 hours, sun rises, and that king was able to see the sun. So similarly, Lord Krishna, one cannot understand Lord Krishna, neither one can see Lord Krishna by his own capabilities or by his own abilities. He has to be dependent on the mercy of the Lord Krishna. Until unless Lord Krishna doesn't desire to give darshan to someone, or until unless he doesn't desire that I will make him realize myself, till then one will not be able to understand Lord. Name pravachanane labhya na medhaya bahuna shrutena va yameva vivnute stanustvam tasya vivnuta tena labhyas. Only if Lord Krishna chooses someone, only he can understand. Not by giving lot of lectures, or not by reading a lot of scriptures, one will not be able to see Lord, neither one will not be able to understand Lord. Until unless Lord Krishna doesn't choose someone, he will not be able to understand. So that's what. Only by sun's mercy, only we can see sun, and by sunlight we can see other living entities. Similarly, by Lord Krishna's mercy, only we can see Lord Krishna, and also we can see the real identity of all living entities. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Sarvam chamai pashyati. Tasyaham na pranashyami. Sachamena pranashyati. So Lord Krishna is talking about his own devotee, that my devotee sees me everywhere. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Even if he sees material things, he is seeing that material things in relation with the Lord. Right now we are seeing material things in relation to ourselves. That this is mine, this is his. Like bodily relationship. Sthavara jangama dekhi, na dekhtar murti, sarvatra haya nija, ishtadeva spurti. So, for a pure devotee, even if he sees a matter, material things, char, achar, jeev, all the living entities, he doesn't see the form of that. He sees that this is part and parcel of Lord. This is Lord Krishna's energy. If he sees matters, bhumir apo nalo vayu kham mano buddhire vacha, that is Lord's energy. If he sees living entities, aparaya mitasto annam prakriti vidime param, that is my superior energy. So everything when he sees in relation with the Lord. And a normal person, who is not a devotee of Lord, he sees by relation to him only. By bodily conception. He is seeing everything. Amara bolite Prabhu ar kichu nai, tumi amara matra pita bandhu bhai, बंधुधारा सुता सुत तव दासी दास सेहित संबंध जार आमार प्रयास धन जन गृहदार तोमार बलिया रक्षा करी आमी मात्र सेवक होइया. In a Vaishnava bhajan, a devotee says that Amar balite aur kichu nahi. There is nothing mine in this world. Everything is whom? It's yours. Bandhu dara suta suta tava dasi dasa. The Lord may ask you, you are living in a family and you say this is your wife, this is your children, this is, then who are they? If you are saying this is mine, then you are living with them. The bandhu dara suta suta, my friends, my relatives, my wife, my children. A pure devotee grihastha, he says that tava dasi dasa, they are your servant, your servants. Seita sambandha jara amara prayasa, and that is the only relationship I am having with them. Because I am also your servant, they are also your servant. So we are living together, that's it. Dhana jena grihadara tomara baliya, raksha kari ami matra sevaka baliya. Then why you are so much attached to give security to them? Lord may ask, that if it is mine, then leave them like that only, no? Why you are so much concerned about their health, about their well-being? Why you are so much concerned about your own child, your wife, your children, your relatives? Because they are your servants, no? Raksha kari ami matra. I am just protecting them, sevak hoya, because I am your servant. Like an accountant is protecting money of the bank, similarly I am also protecting your devotees. That is the way of seeing things. So that is the vision of a pure devotee, and a pure devotee never sees anything material. Okay, the beginning stage where one differences between material and spiritual. This is matter, this is spirit. Neti philosophy, the Brahman realization, one who wants to achieve Brahman realization, they follow this process, neti. This is not spirit, this is not spirit, this is not spirit. But in Vaishnavism, there is no such philosophy. Everything is part and parcel of Lord. Therefore, everything can be engaged in Lord's service. And for a demon, even Lord himself gets manifested. He doesn't realize that Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Another verse I have done that Jnana Karma Yoga Dharma Nahi Krishna Vasha Krishna Bhakti Hetu Eka Krishna Bhakti Hetu Kare Prema Bhakti Rasa. By knowledge, by Jnana Marga, one cannot understand Lord. One will not be able to see Lord. Because when too much knowledge one cultivates, he becomes confused, he becomes bewildered. There are so many examples in society we see. And when we go to book distribution, we see, I know this, I know that. And they are not able to decide what to do and what not to do. And even karma kand, jnana karma, when they accept the process of karma kanda, because they have their ulterior motive is to satisfy their own desire, and Lord or the gods are made, or they are supposed to satisfy my desire, that's why I will give some allurement to them. Praloban, allurements. Okay, if I will give this, please give me this. Okay, this is an allurement. That is karma kand, ritualistic process. And by this karma kand, one will never be satisfied. Karma kand, jnana kand, vishera bhanda. It's a pot of poison. That's what Acharya says. Jnana, karma, yoga, even yogis who are performing so many austerities for so many years, even they are not able to understand Lord. Even Lord is not giving darshan to them. So jnana, karma, yoga, dharma, nahi Krishna vasha. Okay. If one wants to conquer Lord Krishna, then jnana marga, karma kand marga, even yoga, dhyan yoga marga is definitely is useless for conquering Lord Krishna. Only and only Krishna bhakti rasa hetu, by conquering Krishna. Until unless one is not dedicated his life towards Lord Krishna's service or his devotional service of Lord Krishna, till then Lord will never manifest himself in front of him. That is written in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Prabhupada. In third section of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Prabhupada says, until unless one doesn't dedicate, he will not be able to get the nectar of devotion. Okay, the chapter nectar of devotion is there. And until unless one is not dedicated. And we see, even in relationships, if the husband and wife are not dedicated to each other, that relation will never work. If the parent and child relation will not work, if they are not dedicated with each other, they has to work for each other. Similarly, if we don't work for Lord Krishna, we don't dedicate our life to Lord Krishna, till then we cannot expect that Lord will give me mercy. Okay? And this is a natural thing. Even in friendship relationship, we expect that friend should do something for me. Even I will do something for me, he should also. There is some expectations. There is expectation of affection. There is expectation of some help. And that is nothing wrong in it. And similarly, Lord Krishna is expecting that a Jeev should always committed to me. And me only. Like in husband-wife relation, wife always expect that husband should be committed to me only. ऐसे नहीं कि इससे भी commitment, उससे भी commitment, and there are 4 more girls even there is also commitment, and that relation will never work. And similarly, Lord Krishna, that's why saying mameva prapadyante, then mayametam tarantite. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam, only me. Exclusively committed to Lord Krishna, that's we have to cultivate. That is a gradual process, putting efforts continuously, uninterrupted, unmotivated devotional service. Savai pumsam paradharma yato bhaktir adokshati. The param dharma. This nowadays, even our constitution, many people, when we go to distribute our books, and there are some sections of people who ask, do you have constitution book? संविधान है क्या आपके पास? संविधान सबके ऊपर है. And in that संविधान, what is written? Secularism. And Srila Prabhupada in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad-gita, in his lectures, he says that secularism means that government should be responsible enough to see that each and every person is following his own religion. It's not that secularism means, okay, by just theoretically saying that equality of all religions, do whatever you want, you follow religion, you don't follow, nothing matters. It's a responsibility of government. If there are different sects, different religions, so-called religions, they must be following the principles of their own religions. If the government is not concerned about that, then the government is not secular. And right now, the definition of secularism is completely changed. That's what in the purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada is writing, that the law and order and even religion and the philosophy, in the name of Krishna, in the name of philosophy, law and order and even religion, they're attacking Krishna. Completely, they are becoming godless civilization. There is a pride of saying that we are secular. We don't follow. For me, every religion is equal. It means that I don't want to follow any religion. Because you cannot follow all religions. It's impossible. You have to follow some path. And if you follow some path, then one may be called as extremist or exclusionist. Exclusive person who is following just his own religion. He's not respecting other religions. And that's why celebrities, they feel pride in saying that, we don't follow any religion. For us, every religion is equal. Because their ulterior motive, is that they to earn money. And if I'm going to support some other section of a population, then definitely I will not get money from another section of a population. So that is the definition of secularism, become godless civilization completely. But that is not so. The concern of the government should be that each and every person should follow his religion properly. And savai pumsa parab dharma. All religions are not equal. That's why the constitution is almost against the principles of scriptures. The scripture is saying that savai pumsa param dharma yatho bhakti radokshaje. The param dharma, the supreme religion of everyone, is to perform devotional service towards Lord Krishna. Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasiditi. And only by doing that, one will be satisfied. Until unless one will never be satisfied. People are ready to accept astrology. They are ready to accept, even as nowadays, I've heard that astronomical calculation of Vedic scriptures are referred nowadays. They are ready to accept Ayurveda. But when it comes to Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam, the topmost knowledge is spiritual knowledge, they are not ready to accept. This I will accept because this is useful, I feel, and this I will reject. No. The scripture is saying, Savai Pamsa Param Dharma. The Param Dharma is to perform devotional service to Lord Krishna, but constitution is completely against it with this. That's why law and order is actually trying to kill God. Actually, God can never be killed, like Atmaha. If person is not practicing his spiritual life, he is doing Atmaha, he is doing spiritual suicide. But Atma cannot be killed. It's a saying that one should not take it literally that Atma will be killed. No, he is killing the real enjoyment of soul. Yayatma suprasiddhiti, if he is not following spiritual life. Similarly, he is not killing actually Lord Krishna. Krishna cannot be killed at all. But he is completely going against the instructions of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is very sweet. His instructions are very sweet. That's what gopis are saying. Madhuraya gira valguvakyaya buddhamano gyaya pushkare kshana vidhikaririma viramuhuyatir adharasidhuna pyayayasvanaha. So, Madhuraya Gira Valgu Vakyaya. Pure devotees, for him, whatever Lord does is sweet for them. Even Lord is lamenting. People want to listen that. How Lord is lamenting, Nowadays, there is some discussion is going that why Lord laments. If he is lament, then how can be he Lord? Everything is coming from, then lamentation is also coming from Lord. If Lord can become angry, why he cannot become angry? If anger quality is there in living entities, then anger is also coming from Lord. That's why pure devotees of Lord Krishna, like gopis, Madhuraya Gira, his voice is so sweet. Valgu Vakyaya. How he says, so beautiful he talks. Buddha Manogaya, for intelligent people, his instructions are so attractive. Buddha Manogaya, Pushkarekshana, his eyes are so beautiful. Vidhi Karirima, that's why we want to become we are his servants, eternal servants. Veera Muhyati, we are getting bewildered. What he is doing. And Vidhi Karima Veera Muhyatir Adhara Sidhuna Pyayasa. We want to drink the nectar from the Lord's lips. So what is, and there is a literal meaning of, nectar of Lord's lips. And there is also one meaning that's Tava Kathamritam Tapsa Jivinam. So the Katha Amrit, which is coming from Lord Krishna. Instruction, Bhagavad-gita. Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinishritam. That is also very sweet. Why Lord comes in this world and he shows beautiful pastimes in front of his devotees, and why he does some melodrama. People call it melodrama. There is some lamentation, there is some action, there is some thriller, there is some suspense, there is some politics. Because each and every living entity in this world is attracted with these things only. Like people want to see movies, and what they see in the movies, there are some action movies, there are some romantic movies, there are some thrillers, there are some suspense, there are some melodramas, there are some love relationships movies, and people like to see that. Each and every person has different choices, and people want to see that. And similarly, everything is there in Lord's pastimes. Lord Rama is crying when Sita is away from him. And devotees want to listen that. By listening that, they become attached to Lord Krishna. Because if Lord doesn't create his pastimes in this world, then what we will discuss? How the devotees will be attracted, how the living entities will be attracted towards Lord. And that is the main aim. The main goal of Lord to show his pastimes is to attract living entities to him by performing such leelas. And when Lord is performing some leelas, there will be some lamentation. People like to talk about politics. Modi kya kar raha hai, Yogi kya kar raha hai, bahut acha lagta hai, no? अरे उसने ऐसा मारा उसको, उसने वैसा मारा. They like to talk about this. That's why Lord Krishna is demonstrating that thing. He is also playing politics in Mahabharata. No one can be greater politician like Lord Krishna. We have seen so many pastimes. Gandhari wants to protect Duryodhan. And how Lord Krishna is fooling Duryodhan. कभी सुना नहीं अभी तक, कभी सुना नहीं कृष्ण की, एक बात नहीं सुना, ये सुन ली पर. कह रहे, you wear something, how can you go completely naked in front of your mother? Because Gandhari was planning that I will protect Duryodhan by making his whole body like Vajra. But Krishna has his own plan. Very sweetly, Duryodhan, what you are doing? You are a Kshatriya. And you are going in front of mother. Now you are not small child. Yes, one can be completely naked in front of his mother till some age. ऐसे नहीं कि 30 साल, 35 साल, 40 साल, not possible. So how can you do that? Duryodhan listened. Only this thing he listened. Never listened. And he completely rejected all the instructions of Lord Krishna. And now Asuras catch this thing only. देखा ना, भगवान का नहीं सुनना चाहिए. देख लो, दुर्योधन को कैसे बेवकूफ बनाया, नहीं सुनना चाहिए. And Asuras only catch this thing only, one sentence, one pastime. And that's the Lord Krishna's plan. He wants to completely filter Asuras from here. He don't want to, give access to any demons to his pastimes. That's why he creates some confusing pastimes also for demons. And that's why until and unless one is his eyes are not anointed with love and affection for Lord, he will not be able to understand Lord Krishna's pastime at all. That's why our efforts is not to understand Lord Krishna's pastime intellectually. Rather by service attitude we can understand what Lord is doing. There are so many people, we come across that they are very highly intelligent. And they know what is there in which book, what is there and what pastime is there, kiska kya naam hai, sab kuch pata hai. But they don't have complete faith in the Lord. And if you see, there are another section of people who are not that knowledgeable, but they have complete faith in Lord. नहीं भगवान ऐसे कर सकते नहीं भगवान करेंगे तो सब कुछ ठीक है. That's what. And there are some intellectual people, why Lord has done this, why Lord has done, why ऐसे क्यों नहीं किया, ऐसे क्यों किया? If you see the questions in Srimad Bhagavatam also, there are no such technical questions, if you see. There are some philosophical questions, and this question will definitely, they are leading to some other pastimes or description of another pastimes of Lord Krishna. And that's, in Srimad Bhagavatam first canto it is said that, one should ask a question like bhavabdhir loka mangalam yat krite krishna samprashno yayatma suprasiddhati. So in order to satisfy the heart of people for loka mangal, for the auspiciousness of all living entities in this whole world, the Shaunak Adi rishis are asking questions. So the questions are also completely philosophical, and they have some sentiments for Lord Krishna and affection for Lord Krishna, and with faith they are asking. And that's why demonic people will never be able to access Lord's pastimes, because they are asking questions by challenging the devotees or the Guru also. So tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashanena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnani nas tattvadarshina. The tattvadarshi, one who has realized absolute truth, he can impart whatever his realization to his disciple only if the disciple is surrendered to him. Until he is not surrendered, he will not be able to get. So I stop here. Any questions? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions you have, you can ask. Easy questions.
Comment, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you.
Hare. So I was hearing from Ramru Prabhu, this pastime of Duryodhana going naked in front of mother was not actually from Mahabharata. This was a Kalpita story. He was making this comment because we had this Aryan civilization very well versed with the etiquettes and things. So Duryodhana never must have thought going naked in front of mother. So this is a Ramru Prabhu comment. I am just repeating it. So
I've heard from many devotees, that's fine.
So another thing, it's a question now. Law and order means how, so we understand through religion, through philosophy, they counteract Krishna. They attack Krishna, just like Kalyavan is trying. Through religion, through philosophy, we understand. How through law and order, can you just make...
I've already mentioned this thing. So religion, philosophy, like there are so many Mayavadis and they are attacking Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has no form and all that is religion and philosophy. Religion also, by following karma kandi process, they are completely negating the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they are quoting statements from karma kanda scriptures and they are saying this is the only, the topmost thing. That's what in Gita. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipashchita. Nanyata sthiti vadina. There is nothing about this. This is what they have. And then by religion and philosophy, they are attacking Lord in such a way. And that law and order, which I have already mentioned, that nowadays the constitution, the government laws, if you see, they are not inclined with our philosophy, if you see, and neither they are inclined with Vaishnavism. That's what I've said. Supreme religion is Krishna consciousness. And now government, will, even if the so-called Hindu inclined government, if also come, they will not be able to exclusively promote Vaishnavism. They will not be able to promote. Because for them, vote banks are more important, and there are different sects of religions, that they will only form such laws which are, or they will maintain such laws or implement such laws which will be beneficial for their vote banks. And that's why law and order, like secularism, then India is a secular state and this and that, every religion is equal. There is no compulsion of following religions. Rather, there is compulsion of that you have to vote. Right to vote is there. Right to freedom of speech is there. But right to follow your own religion is also there. But there is no such compulsion that you have to follow. Like voting is a compulsion. Okay, if you don't vote, or you are filing an ITR is a compulsion. If you don't follow an ITR for several years, then government may take an action. But there is no such action government will take if one doesn't follow religion throughout his life. So they are making laws only on the material platform. For financial, they are making laws for finance, for their own security of the country, and for social laws. That's it. They are not making any laws to protect spiritual life. And that's why they are not promoting Gurukul system. They are not promoting, they are just saying that, okay, we will introduce Bhagavad-gita and this and that. Just saying. They are not so much, serious about that matter. That's why they are making laws and order just for the it will be beneficial only for bodily sense gratification. That's it. And they are not making any law for elevating oneself in spiritual life. That's what I want to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So, in the just comment on the constitution, it is said this. Now we have this constitution based on some created laws and order, law and order. But actually, really, constitution should be based on our history, Indian history. This is what the most popular thought nowadays going on. Thank you for nice presentation. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you Prabhuji for your wonderful class. Prabhuji, like you told in lecture that we get knowledge by serving. So we get knowledge with divine knowledge by serving. So we hear that Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito, and also we have heard many times that in our parampara, in our movement, we don't get knowledge, divine knowledge by acquiring knowledge, but we get knowledge from serving. So, but it is not so easy to understand it and apply in practical life, because we are serving but we are not getting that kind of divine knowledge. So how to understand it?
Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavet gahya indriya sevan mukhe jivado samyak eva sphurati adha. Lord manifests himself to that person who is serving. Especially first stage is chanting the holy name of the Lord. So by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Lord realizes himself gradually. That is there. So the question is that even after putting so much efforts, it's very difficult to realize how. भाई सर्विंग तो बोलते हैं, सर्व सेवा करके होना है, सेवा करना है, कितने बार सुनते हैं, पर कुछ होता नहीं है. देयर इज नो सच रियलाइजेशन इज हैपनिंग. सो एग्जाम्पल इज लाइक someone who wants to become a graduate. How many years he invest? Normally, fail हुआ तो ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. Fail नहीं हुआ तो ideally 15 years minimum for graduation, and then post graduation 2 more years. Then again for PhD, don't know, because the professor should pass that papers. Otherwise, he will take more 10 years also. Okay, 15-20 years at least for PhD if you take it. And if you see how many classes that person attends, several classes in school in a day, at least 9 periods are there, 8 to 9 periods are there. You invest at least 4 to 5 hours. How many books we read there in school and colleges? Several books. There are so many subjects. Several books of that subject. अरे guide, manual सब पढ़ लेते हैं. Classes, tuition classes भी जाते हैं. There are so many things we do. There are so many projects we do. See how much time we invest for just getting a graduation certificate. And that obviously वो graduation certificate कुछ value नहीं हो, बात अलग है. But how much time we invest just for a graduation certificate? How many lectures, how many books we study? Are we studying that much books in spiritual life? Are we attending that much classes in, or are we doing some projects like what we were doing for graduation? रात रात तक पढ़ते थे, 1 बजे 2 बजे ब्रह्म मुहूर्त तक पढ़ाई करते थे. एग्जाम रहेगी तो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त तक पढ़ते थे. एग्जाम तो है नहीं हमारी, तो कौन पढ़ेगा, कोई ज़रूरत है, हम सो जाते हैं. Even there are some people who are appearing examinations, they're sleeping only for 2 hours. Yogi, they're becoming yogi for that particular time. We don't follow. Ekadashi ho, Chaturmas ho, अपना normal routine नहीं चलेगा. No, not possible for us. So that's what we have to be patient actually. उत्साह निश्चय धैर्य, the patience should be there. That विषय जे प्रीति है भी अच्छा है हमारा, तव मते प्रीति होगा चरण है तुम्हारा. What extent, to what extent I am having attachment for, I had my attachment for my studies, for my graduation, for my job, same attachment when it will become for my Krishna conscious path, then yes, Krishna, you will get me. That's why pray to Krishna that at least I will have same attachment, whatever having attachment for my material things. Hare Krishna. Okay, any other question? Shri Vatsa, it's given in description also here, that Shri Vatsa is the mark of goddess of fortune. When Lakshmi Mata desired that I want to be always with you, so Lord Krishna fulfilled his desire by keeping her on his chest in the form of a special swirl of a hair. It's a hairline. Okay, in the form of a hairline, Lakshmi Mata is always residing on Lord Vishnu's chest. Okay, this is what I have heard. Okay. Details then. Golden hair, yes, golden hairline, na? Golden hair. It is. Thank you so much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, शिल प्रभुपाद की, संवेद भक्त वृंद की.